Welcome everyone to another video. I know it's been a long time, so today on a whim I just decided to film my handstand routine. Ideally I'd do this 4 days per week, but I'm honestly lucky if I can get it 3 days per week because I'm just so busy being an abroad student, so I'm trying to balance being a tourist as well as a full-time student in addition to my hobbies and training. So yeah, I begin with a warm-up. Then I move on to chest to wall holds. My goal is to build back up to 2 minutes. I used to be able to do that pretty comfortably, but then I neglected it because I really hate that exercise. And so now I'm slowly building it back up. After that, I move on to kick-ups. I do 10 total, 5 right and 5 left. And after that, I'm warmed up and ready to go and calibrated. And then I move on to my actual handstand practice. So I start off with 3 sets of 35 seconds. These felt pretty good, so I think actually tomorrow I'm going to attempt this training again, and I'll go for 40 seconds on this. I'll probably not get all 3 sets, but that's fine, as long as I build up the consistency over time. As you can tell, I'm training in my apartment right now. I have very limited space, but that's totally fine because handstands, all you need really is a level floor and a nice wall to practice your wall work on. And as you can see right there, it's just a little narrow hallway, but it gets the job done. I think people nowadays are way too reliant on external equipment to get any type of physical training in. And, that stuff's important, don't get me wrong, and especially if you're weight training or bodybuilding, you need a lot of equipment. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's your own effort and your own creativity that will set you apart from the rest, not necessarily your equipment you have access to. So after that, I move on to straddle handstand holds on the parallettes. As I showed there a few seconds ago, those are the parallettes I use. They're handmade, and my brother got me those for Christmas one year, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just doing 3 sets of 30 seconds in the straddle position. I'm probably going to work this up to as close as I can to 1 minute. Then after that, I think I'm going to incorporate some, leg movements going from straddle to straight or diamond to straddle, etc. And here's just another angle. I guess I can also talk about my other training, which I want to record as well. I'm currently doing a full body 3 times per week split. So I actually train Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It's also very low frequency because, like I said, I'm an exchange student in Cape Town right now, and I'm just really busy. And training is not my priority, especially not handstands. But yeah, just let me know if people want to see my full body workouts. They're pretty intense and they're pretty long as well. After the straddle handstands, I move on to tuck handstands. I really hate this position. It's very hard for me to hold. My shoulders aren't flexible enough for it really, so I use a lot of muscular strain to stay in that position. As you can see right here, my back is really lighting up just holding it, which is terrible. And that actually brings me to a point is a lot of people know me as a lot of friends, I guess, know me as the handstand guy, but that's really just because they don't train handstands, and me being able to hold a 10-second handstand even is really impressive to the average person. But to somebody who's an actual hand balancer, what I'm doing is absolute garbage, like garbage. Professional hand balancers often will hold a handstand for, 5 minutes plus, and then they do wall work that's like 30 minutes of just a handstand. It's ridiculous. So yeah, me doing 2 minutes and 35 seconds is absolute poopy. So yeah, and these are press handstands. What's cool about the press handstands is 2 weeks ago I couldn't do a single one, and now I'm doing usually 5 press handstands from the floor, and then I elevate it on some bricks, as you can tell right here. But yeah, it's great. Progress is going really fast, and that's the end of my video. Thank you and subscribe.